Hi everyone, welcome to the KU TED Talks contest. And before the contest begins, we'd like to invite the head of the department, the foreign languages and literature department, to give us a few words.
大家晚安。那今天我们就先在开始之前，我们就先欢迎外文系的系主任，那帮我们做一个致辞。欢迎系主任。
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NCKU TED Talk contest. This is the first time we hold this activity, and it is actually sponsored by the Eagle Project. And I think you all know that the TED Talk and the TED. Well, the TED represents technology, entertainment, and design. And originally, it refers to a series of speeches given by experts, distinguished scholars, and outstanding figures in various fields of knowledge and business. Okay, and those speeches were recorded and then uploaded online and freely distributed around the world. So I think that's what TED Talk is about. That's the spirit of the TED Talk. Well, to spread ideas and knowledges in an easily accessible and understandable way. Okay, so basically it's about presenting your thoughts, your ideas in a fluent language. And so that's the reason why we care so much about this activity, this TED Talk, and we would also like to, spread the practice. And actually, the president of our university cares very much about the students' skill to present what they learned in clear and understandable language. And I think somehow we hold this activity in response to the school's request or wish. And by the way, this activity is also held in celebration of my department, our department's 60th founding anniversary. Our department is celebrating its 60th birthday, and I think it means a lot. It means how the teaching and the learning of the language continues, and even though technology is different, even though ways of communicating ideas have diversified, the learning of the language itself still matters and still counts. Okay, and I have one last thing to say about this the rule of this contest. Well, the winner of this contest, well, I believe today we will have not just one winner. We will have because this is elimination contest, so we will have another contest next week. Okay, and the winners of the contest are decided by the little device next to you. Well, now we have that taped onto the arm drive, the arms of the chair. So please don't take it away. I think that's what it's all about. Okay, anyway, so its winner is decided by the so-called popular votes. Okay, and of course we don't regulate the entrance of the audience. Well, whoever wants to come and attend this activity are welcome, and they are all qualified to vote. Okay, and so there may be some concern about how certain teams may bring in all their friends and relations and whatnot. Okay, into this place and vote for their teams. Well, of course, it may be a concern, but the basic idea of this activity, at least when this is the first time we hold it. We want to make sure that many people come, as many people as possible. Okay, and so why not? If you can bring in your army of voters, well, please do. Okay, and so well, of course, TED Talk is a serious business, but sometimes a contest is also a fun thing, and I hope you can look at the whole event from both sides. Okay, I believe that's all I need to say, and I wish you a wonderful evening, and I believe this will be a successful event. Okay, thank you.
谢谢我们的系主任。
And we are students from Foreign Languages and Literature Department. We'll be your host today. I'm Rosalie.
And I'm Christine.
And now we're going to introduce how the voting process would go. And so, as our department head just said, that the process would be based on audience votes. So after every 2 teams give their presentations, the audience would be invited to cast their vote with the IIS remote control.
好，那就像刚才主任有说到，就是我们这个比赛是基于观众的投票。那大家可以再看到你的左手边有这一台小小的遥控器，所以等一下每2组进行完他们的演说之后，你就可以拿起我们的遥控器，然后投给你比较喜欢的那一队。
And during the voting process, the title of the 2 presentations will be shown on screen with their assigned number. So you can press 1 or 2 according to which presentation you liked better.
那在2组结束之后，我们的荧幕上面会显示2组的演说的题目，那你们就可以针对你们比较喜欢的那一组，然后按1或按2来进行投票。
The voting will be open for 30 seconds. So after 30 seconds, the system will show the statistics of the voting, and the team with the higher votes would be able to enter the final round of the contest.
那我们的投票时间是30秒，大家可以看到在荧幕的中间上方有一个倒数计时器。在30秒以内要麻烦大家把自己的票按出去。那在30秒结束之后，我们的统计人员会把票数公布。那比较高票的那一个人就会在11月8号的时候进入到我们的总决赛。
Now we would like to ask you to try your remote control. It's inside.
那大家现在可以拿起你们的遥控器，然后按一下我们的接收器在这个电脑旁边，所以可以对着接收器按，然后按一下1或2。Yes, test your remote control. And when you press the remote control, your number on this remote control will change the color, so it will change from green to red. 所以你们的号码会变色，就是确定一下你的号码有没有变色。那如果它变成灰色的话，就表示可以再按，但是一定要在30秒以内按。如果在30秒的时候按的话，可能系统会故障，所以尽量不要在30秒的时候按到它。
And this will be the statistics that will be shown, and we can see the vote count.
那这个就是我们最后的统计的票数的样子。
Now, without further ado, we would like to welcome the first team to give their presentation.
那我们现在就有请第一组来
Hi guys, I'm Carlos, and here's a common issue in our life. It's highly relevant to our culture, society, and interpersonal relationship. It's called boost confidence. Yeah. There's always such a situation. A professor asks students for some feedback. Silence. Right, yeah. A group leader asks member for some ideas. Oh, silence again, yeah. Or an idiot speaker on stage, like me, yeah, asks audience for some applause. Well, I didn't figure out that, so I appreciate it. Let us go back to the situation. Why people select to be silent? There are actually plenty of research to interpret this situation, like the spiral of silence theory. But today, we don't focus on that theory. the easy way to explain silence is that we are losing confidence, and the environment is restraining our expression. So, what is confidence? According to psychology, confidence is the belief in our own ability to do things and be successful. In our growing process, we suffer from lots of frustration and loneliness, which set back the faith in our own ability. So finding the way to rebuild confidence is necessary. And here is an approach. Is there anyone want to guess the answer? Just raise your hand. You see? Silence again. Yeah. Obviously, the answer is raise your hand. Raising your hand is the direct way to establish one's confidence. This behavior coerces oneself into speaking and showing his or her opinions, right? Yeah. In this process, we set up the bravery to overcome others' gossips. In other words, we confront criticism instead of escape. In the future, we do need more courage to conquer more vicious remark. So it's not a big deal. Moreover, people can realize their shortage and ameliorate their ability. So let us do the practice. Is there anyone want to be confident to face the world? Just raise your hand. Yeah, fantastic. Just give yourself a round of applause. And how about the environment? In our society, we consider a person showing his or her opinion, talent, as a big hat. Thanks God, I have a small hat, not big. Just joking. The big hat means that the one is arrogant. Moreover, people jeer at the one who fails to show their superiority or talent. And it's totally ridiculous. Because making mistake is things that we all do as a human. And showing ideas is a way a person presents his or her value, right? In fact, we do hope that there is someone to admire you or cheer you up when you are deeply frustrated. So from now on, be friendly, be kind, and to encourage others. We should not only rebuild self-confidence, but to create a social-friendly environment. Thanks for your time. Gracias.
Okay, so now let's welcome our second group, 小辣椒 with their topic, Chicago.
Come on, babe. Come on, babe, why don't you try it? I know that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and I'm stuck and stuff. I know that jazz, stop the car, I know where to stop. Where the drink is cold, but the piano's hot. But it's a night, na 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 na. There's a nightly bright dawn. That's at jazz. Okay, have everyone heard of this song? If you have heard this song, please raise your hand high. Okay, this is a song called All That Jazz, and this is related to my topic, Chicago. Today I'm going to introduce today is not a city in America, but about the musical. Okay, and here's the story. This is a star called Velma Kelly. She's a superstar in the nightclub in Chicago. And one day, she found that her husband and her sister in bed together. In a rage, bam! She shot her husband and her sister. And then there's Roxy Hart. She is a big fan of Velma Kelly, and she's also one of the members in the nightclub in Chicago. And her dream is to become a superstar like Velma Kelly. And her husband lied to her that he can fulfill her dream to become a star. After she found that her husband lied to her, in a rage, Then she shoot her husband. Eh? The remote is not moving. The remote is. Sorry, technical problem. You stop the time first. The remote is broken.
Stop the time.
Sorry for the technical problem. Let's wait for about 5 to 10 minutes so the teachers can solve this problem. So yeah, sit still and be patient.
Are there any audience who likes musical like me? I love music a lot. And which musical have you listened about, heard about? Like Cats, Sound of Music?
EDM.
Have you heard of Chicago, the topic I'm talking today? So why are the audience here today? To support your friends or to get free dinner? Both.
In the meanwhile, to keep you guys entertained, Jessica just asked, has anyone ever seen any musicals or? No? Actually, I have seen Chicago, but I'm not going to talk about it because I might spoil something she's going to say. So instead, I want to, okay. I cannot sing. I'm sorry to
Sing in the Spanish version.
My Spanish is not good enough. But well, I watched a musical film when I was in senior high school. It was named Oklahoma, and it was shown by our music teacher. She also showed us Chicago, and that was a interesting musical because there was a song in it, and our foreign teacher kept asking us to sing. It was "What a Beautiful Morning." Has anyone heard of that? It was an uplifting song. Is this the moment I sing? It goes like, oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. And I cannot remember the rest of the lyrics. Thank you. Maybe I'll... And that just boosts my confidence, which may have... I have achieved what you wanted us to do. Okay. Okay, let's welcome Jessica again. I'll start again. Okay.
Come on, babe, why don't you pen that down? Let all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings up. And all that jazz, start the car and all the ruby spot. And there's a Guinness cup and the piano stop. And there's a and then the nightly bra and all that jazz. Thank you. This is my topic. My topic not about the northern part of America, but the musical called Chicago. And this is the star called Velma Kelly, and in the nightclub of Chicago. And one day she found her husband in bed with her sister, and in a rage, then she shoot her husband and her sister. And then here comes Roxy Hart. She's a big fan of Velma Kelly, and she's also one of the members in the Chicago nightclub. And one day she found her husband lying to her that he can help her fulfill her star dream. But he can't actually, her husband can't. So Roxy Hart in a rage, then he shoot her husband again. And then both of the women were sent into the jail. Then this is Billy Flynn. Billy Flynn came to their rescue. He tell all the reporters that, oh, Roxy Hart is innocent. She's raped by her husband and now she's pregnant. And after the audience and all of the people and the judge listened to what the lawyer said, they believe that Roxy Hart is innocent. In the court, the judge said they are not guilty. Isn't it unfair? And at last, both of the girls, Roxy Hart and Velma Kelly, decided to put on a show together. And they created a successful double act. And now this is a song I like really much. And this is a song sung by Velma Kelly, the superstar. Let's listen to it. Okay, you can see that Velma Kelly, the lyrics, oh, there aren't no gentlemen open the door, there aren't no ladies, now there's only pigs and whores. She's criticizing the manners and the ethics in Chicago. But think about it. Do you think Velma Kelly is one of the person who makes Chicago so chaotic? So isn't it ironic for Velma Kelly to sing this song? Okay, so this is what Chicago is telling the audience. It's all about media hype and how corrupt the criminal justice system is and how desperate can people reach for fame. So at last, I want everyone to think about this question. Who caused chaos at Chicago? Is it the two singers, Velma Kelly, Roxy Hart in the nightclub? Or the reporter? Or the lawyer, Billy Flynn? Now, think it in your mind and have the answer in your heart. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Thank you for the two teams that just gave this presentation, and thank the audience for your patience for technical error. And now it's time for voting. And as you can see, the first group is Boost Confidence and the second is Chicago. So you may cast your vote now.
好，大家可以投票。
And okay, congratulations to the first team, Alpes with Boost Confidence.
We are the T-Square.
Tonight, you're about to discover a new era of technology. Prepare to have your minds blown as we introduce the battery-free cell phone.
Before we jump right in, I think we can agree that all of us spend most of our times on cell phones.
The most important piece of our phones is probably the battery. However, they are not stable.
There comes the annoying time when your battery is low and you didn't bring a charger.
Or your phone is overheating because you were on a YouTube marathon.
And don't forget how the Samsung Note 7 is technically a legally sold grenade for all of us.
Well, fear no more. Researchers in the University of Washington have invented an amazing product that will allow us to get rid of these problems once and for all. Introducing the battery-free cell phone.
You might be wondering, if it doesn't have a battery, where is the energy coming from? And how does a battery-free phone work? The real question here, however, is how do we place phone calls in the first place?
When we speak, we produce sound waves, which is a type of analog signal. Using an ADC transmitter in our phones, it transfers analog signals into digital signals. Then, the digital signals will be sent directly to a base station by a digital model. These two processes consume the most of our electricity.
The battery-free phone uses a physical phenomenon called backscatter. Backscatter means scattering back. So first, allow us to explain what scatter is.
If something is transmitting signal, the signals will be scattered due to the uneven surface through which they pass. In this case, a special base station will sending out signals. One signal will eventually hit our phone, thus connecting the two.
By reflecting the scattered signals like a mirror, the phone overlays new information, which are analog signals, on top, and send them directly back to where it came from, which is the special base station, where it does both ADC transmitting and sending out digital signals. By getting rid of the ADC transmitter and digital module in our phones, it'll save 99% of our energy.
However, the phone still needs a few microwatts of electricity to sustain its basic functions, like typing in phone numbers.
Using radio waves that already exist in our environment and a little help of backscattering, the phone can suck electricity right out of the air, making it a phone that will never run out of energy.
Are your minds blown? Let's discuss the pros and cons of this product.
A battery-free phone is undoubtedly a huge step in our phone evolution. What's its benefit?
Well, our phones will be much lighter and friendlier to the environment. And it also helps us reduce the chance of getting cancer.
Oh, and we don't have to worry about our phones overheating while watching videos all day long. Yay!
That might be a problem right now.
Why?
Because this technology is still immature. The battery-free phone is only capable to placing phone calls.
Oh, then can we contact each other from far, far away?
Maybe not. Because it's still immature, we can only talk to each other in 15 meters.
And it also has bad signals because we don't have enough radio channels or special base stations.
Yes, that's right. It's all because
The technology is immature.
well, I guess we just have to wait then.
Battery-free phones will become a trend in the near future. Just imagine explaining what batteries are to your kids.
When the technology is matured enough, it can be used not only on phones, but on almost every object in our daily lives.
With the ever-evolving technology, we can finally say goodbye to batteries and welcome the new generation of cell phones. This is the end of our presentation. Hope to see you next time. We are the T-Square. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. And now we'll welcome the second team, Anonymous with Can You See Me?
I'm Heidi from Anonymous. Before I start my speech, allow me to ask a weird question. Any one of you guys can see me standing on the stage right now? Or any one of you guys can't see me standing on the stage right now? Put out your hand, please. I guess no, right? What if I say there's someone who among you guys can't see me at this moment? Who do you think they are? Are they blind? Today, I'm going to introduce you guys. There's a world existing on this earth. There are tons of information, lots of happiness, various types of people lifestyle, and we people like entering into this world. However, there's one thing to be noted. Once you enter this world, you can hardly hear or even see the others from the real world. And today, I'm going to talk about the problem caused by this world, internet, and smartphone, and all terms related with technologies, and how can we deal with it. One of the main problems caused by the existence of technology is the indifference occurred among humans. What's indifference? Indifference is the lack of feeling and expression by humans. For example, instead of crying and laughing hard in front of the real people, most of the time we will just rather sending stickers through line with all of the cute expression, line. And then, in fact, in the real world, we will just in the poker face. Second, the low productivity is also one of the main problems caused by the existence of technology. I bet you guys experience this, right? Supposedly, you have to complete your assignments within a night, but your hand just can't stop scrolling the Instagram while feeling guilty that, oh my god, when can I stop it? I should have started my assignments as early as possible. And we all know, if smartphone doesn't exist in this world, we would have done all of our assignments. Actually, we all realize that how much addiction we have on the usage of technology. But just as drug addicts, we know there's something not good for us, but we just can't stop using it. In order to reduce the dependence on smart devices, we have to foster a good habit. I strongly recommend you guys to read books. I miss the old times when I was crazy chasing the novel written by Zhou Badao and so on. When we spend time on reading books, it will definitely reduce the time for us to scroll our phone. Last but not least, do not afraid of reminding others, just like what I'm doing now. Just as what I say, all of us know that keep scrolling phone is not a good habit. But you can just shout out. Sometimes we just need the voice from the outer space, from others, shout into our deep hardcore. Stop scrolling the phone. I'm the one who is eating in front of you. Why are you talking to those who is chatting with you online? Dear ladies and gentlemen, our human beings are just very, very small compared to this world. So please, stop immersing in the other virtual world, which will make us more and more negligible and invisible. Stop scrolling and start looking at me. Thank you.
Okay. And after the two presentations, I would like to welcome the audience to cast their vote again. You can start voting now.
Okay, so congratulations.
Good evening, everybody. This is Dorby. Before I begin my presentation, I have some questions for you. What do you think when you see this photo? Dirtiness, suffering hunger and cold, low education? Please keep your answer in mind. And what about this? More homeless? More problem? Waste of social resources? Dangerous zone? I don't know your answer, but maybe some of your answers are negative. This answer, just like labels, are put on the homeless people. Their weakness is emphasized, but their strength is ignored by the society. So today, I want to introduce an organization to you, Homeless Taiwan. They try their best to help this society to understand homeless and to discover their strengths. But you may ask, how? How do they do that? It's not an easy thing. By experience and sharing, they held lots of activities to achieve their goal. First, Hidden Taipei. By being trained, homeless people become good tour guides. Tourists can know his story. You can see in the photo, the tour guide is sharing his story. Maybe his story is about last night he sleep in this building, or the people he met here. So with this activity, tourists can know how different, and there's so many local stories in Taipei. And second, Kige. Kige is a construction studio. Homeless Taiwan give a stage to those talented homeless people to show their construction skill. You can see in the photo, the worker is trying to install a hot water machine for the pool. Yes, not only help themselves, the homeless also help the poor, such as vulnerable families, by improving their living environment. Third, the last but not least, the most interesting one for me, Homeless Experience Camp. In this camp, participants have only one backpack, one sleeping bag, and 100 New Taiwan dollars with them. In this 3-day surviving, they will follow an experienced homeless. Yeah, it's interesting, right? By joining their daily life, the participants will know what a struggle it is to survive in the street. And they will have the first-hand experience to know how this society treats those homeless people. You can see in the photo, maybe it's not so clear, but try to imagine. There's 3 people stand in the middle of the photo. They are trying to find a place for the night to sleep. To conclude, there are many homeless people in our daily life. Maybe we see it, maybe we don't see it, or even we see it, but we pretend that we don't see it. So many organizations try to prove to this society that these people can work can be believed, can be helpful. Some people become homeless is only because they are out of luck. So there are many things we can do to help the homeless, but the most simple one is not judging them from their appearance. Let's stop labeling them. This is my reference. You can get more information in Homeless Taiwan, and all the icons are from Flat Icon. This is all from me today. Thank you.
So now let's welcome our second group, Topin, with their topic, LCD.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tom, and that is Kevin. We are Topin. Today, our topic is LCD. Before I start, I want to ask you some questions. Do you have a cell phone? Have you ever watched a TV? I think most of your answers are yes. But have you ever think about how a TV can present a colorful TV? No, you didn't. You just think about your own self. Okay, our title is LCD, Liquid Crystal Display. Normally, we can call it a screen. There are two key elements that control a screen. One is the color, and another is the brightness. For the color, I think most of you know the three primary colors. Those lines that our eyes can detect can be formed by these three colors. For example, purple can be formed by red and blue. But how a color can be on the screen? I want to show you by this video. It's a small block that gives the background light of the screen. And we'll put the color filter on it. That's why the color is on the screen. It's called pixels. We combine lots and lots and lots of pixels, and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots, and then we get the screen. This is how color on it, and this is my laptop. When we zoom out, we can see that is my laptop. But if we want to know the structure, we need to zoom in. This is a pixel, a tiny pixel that our eye cannot see. It has 4 layers. 2 of them are polarias. Polarias are the material that can let light pass through in a specific direction. For example, this one is the horizontal direction, and this one is the vertical. So basically, no light can pass through these pixels. But the liquid crystal is the magic thing. It has magic power that can twist light. It can twist the light from the horizontal to the vertical, so we can see the screen. And the voltage can control the quantity of the light. That is the brightness. From the dark to the lightness combination give us the colorful world. And I want to give you another easier example to tell what is how the liquid crystal works. The 2 gates are the polarias, and people in different shapes are lights in different directions. When we want to pass through, the first gate can only let the bad guy to pass through. But the second gate can only let the thin guy to pass through. So no light is dark. But if we put the liquid crystal in it, pass through the first, and between the two gates, the liquid crystal is just like the skinny pills. It makes the bad guy become thinner. So if he can pass through, he can see the screen. What about the voltage? Voltage is the speed. It's still the skinny pills. So if the voltage is larger, the screen is darker. LCD is a commonly used thing in our daily life. Cell phone, laptop, cars, even railway. We cannot live without it. So why not we know more about it? Next time when you see a screen, you can probably tell others that I know the screen. Back to the host.
So now it's time for our vote. Please cast your vote.
Well, congratulations to the first team.
Hi everyone, I'm Connie and aging is my topic today. So, when we are talking about aging, what will you think of?
Sad.
Yes, sad, old, any other answer?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah, okay. So before we get into our topic, let me show you my story with my grandpa. Okay? I lived with my grandpa until 6, and he is so amazing. He has his own garden on the top floor, and he knew everything about the garden. I get back to live with my parents when I was 6. But when I was getting older, when I grew up more, I get to visit my grandpa less. And even I visit my grandpa, I didn't pay a lot of attention on him, but on the TV, because I don't have a TV at home. But when I was 18 years old, my grandpa became so different than before. He started to forget things. He started to forget how to eat a banana. He can't find the way back home. And he can't deal with the vegetables in the garden. And then he was admitted to the hospital and was diagnosed as dementia. And he get worse in a very, very short time. This is the first time my life feels so close to a life-depriving disease. So today, let me share you more information about dementia. These are the traits of dementia. Memorizing and planning problem are common traits, and also they might withdraw from society and lose the ability that they usually have. But let me remind you, dementia is different from getting old. Getting old is like you said something, you forgot something, but you remember that you did say something, while dementia is different. Dementia means that you forgot everything. Even you forgot the fact that you did say something. So if you find facts like dementia in your elders at home, it's better to take them to the doctor. And also, I would like to introduce a long-term care system in Taiwan to you. We can take care of the elders in our home by this system. Long-term care act has already implemented half a year ago. So has anyone already making use of these services? No, that's okay. I'll show you. And these people deserve the services. Dementia and disabled elders are included. And there are 4 main categories: home services, community-based services, institutional services, and caregiver services. And personally, I think community-based services is very important. Let's take dementia as an example again. This service is for someone who might be able to deal with his daily life activities but lack of social participation. However, more social participation is really a good start to prevent dementia.
And if you want to know more information about long-term care, you can look up on the resource map and also call the consulting line. But not only to make use of the services that provided by the government, we, as a family, we can also do something to help the elders in our home. That is to love them more and spend more time with them. So let's talk about dementia and my grandpa again. My grandpa passed away this February this year, and I recall the days that I ignored him and didn't cherish the time to have lunch with him. And it dawned on me that spending time with them is always the best way to prevent dementia happening. So when you are talking to them, you are helping them to train their cognitive ability. When you are asking about their past, you are helping them to use their brain. When you are begging them to cook a delicious meal for you, you are helping them to get more involved in their daily life activities. Prevention is better than cure. So let's keep in mind that aging is really a natural phenomenon, but love and care can conquer everything. So let's start with loving them more and spend more time with them. Thank you.
Let's thank Connie for the presentation. Let's welcome the second team, 钢铁罐头. Let's talk about influencer.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So I want to share a concept with you. It's called influencer. So you might want to think, what's influencer? Bill Gates? Or Steve Jobs? Not really. They can affect the world just by a line that they say. But influencer? Not really. So what exactly is influencer? Let's take a closer look. Influencer is a group of people that they share their ideas, their daily lives, their concepts, what they want to talk about through social media. For example, like Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, even Twitch, this one. Okay, so let's have some examples. If you know about this guy over here, over about 99.99% of his video is all about advertising. It's like, oh, this pen is so good, like that. So yeah, advertising is most of the videos that he produced. And let's move to the next one. This one is PewDiePie. Yeah, you see this? So you have to have a long sound of it. And if you know about this person, this man here, he produces videos about gameplays, varying from horror games, or role-playing, or role-playing games. Okay, so in other words, he plays a lot of games and just record them, or live even, and then put them on YouTube. And so that you have a lot of videos to look for. And then let's go to the next one. Here you have Retna. So you might think, oh yeah, Retna. Well, he's still a guy, you know. To this picture, you might think that, oh yeah, he's still some guy. But no, Retna is just a name. A name for what? Name for a group of people that they produce videos for logistic topics or for politic topics. Well, their video's quite cute, you know, with all the animations around it. Okay, so the last one is NCCU Fire Truck My Life. Okay, so what about this? This is a fan page. So you have this, a man, well, another man, well, a group of people, and a fan page. So what is influencer? Well, influencer is just a group of people. They don't stick to the same subject. You have gaming, you have advertising, and then you have politics. They don't just be some guy. They can be a group of people or even a fan page. Okay, so why is influencer so popular? The most answer I will give you is instant and direct reply. Take a think about this. When you surf on YouTube or Facebook when you see a live video and then you see a cook, well, he's adding salt to the seasoning of his steak. So you might just want to ask, why are you putting so much salt to your steak seasoning? And then this cook might just look on the reply and say, oh yeah, I put on this because I like it. So the reply is instant and direct. And then let's look about this. So this here is an influencer. And then maybe the first 100 days, he'll have 10 followers. Then 170 days, maybe 1,000. So 200 days may get to 1 million. And then let's talk about influencer and company. They create a new business model. Why is that? In old times, maybe you want to create your brand image. You need to make a concert or give out some little gifts, like pens or Coke or something like that. I mean cola, not Coke. Okay, so this is the old method. And you'll spend all day, maybe just get 2 or 3 people thinking about, oh yeah, I see this company. They sponsored the concert I go. So the new business model is that maybe company just go and find some influencer and say, oh yeah, you just talk about my brand. For example, maybe How, who just disappeared there. Maybe How said, oh yeah, this cola Pepsi is really good. Okay, so if he has 200 followers, then probably 90% of the 200 followers will heard of this. Oh yeah, Pepsi's really good. So it gets you a lot of likes very, very easily. And then let's talk about the future. How about overloading? Maybe there's too much influencers. Then what is the true influence? And thank you very much.
Thank you for 2 teams that gave their presentations, and now you may cast your vote.
Hey, this is Zoe. We have our first, which she's not here, but still congratulate to her.